And Schneider just pulled right into his damn spot. Come on, Schneider. Oh, lazy bastard. Sorry. I'm out here talking shit. What was I gonna say? Talking shit and made me lose my train of thought. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What you afraid of? What you scared of? Okay. Well, what's got your what you tripping for? Right? So the person that is afraid to come out here and be an independent contractor. Not because they can't do it, not because they don't want to, but because they're scared. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failing? Are you afraid of how successful you could be? Are you afraid are you afraid that it's just going to be too hard or too difficult? It's going to be too stressful? What are you afraid of? Now, most people are afraid to fail. Most. Some people are afraid that they will be successful. Right? Now, if you're afraid to fail, life is going to be rough. If it hasn't been already, it's going to be rough. Right? Because if you're afraid to fail, you must have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. You must have a hard time walking outside your door. Okay? Because you could fail at anything. Now, I guess that depends on your definition of failure. I am assuming that failure for you means not, let's say, not paying off a truck or having to give up, having to throw in the towel. Let's say it that way. It could happen, yeah, to anybody out here for any number of reasons. Don't let that stop you, right? You'll never do anything, ever, right? So if you're afraid to fail, you gotta be prepared to fail, right? If failure happens, if you don't make it, you don't make it, right? But you gotta try, right? That's the whole point, is to try. And if you're afraid of failure, logically in this scenario, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Because if you're afraid to fail, you're afraid that you'll have to throw in the towel and turn your lease truck back in, and you won't be able to finish making payments on the truck, or you'll have repairs that put you out of business. Happens. Okay. You can still go back to being a company driver. Like, life is not over. You're not done. Life is not over if you fail and you're afraid to fail, right? For most of you, you can go back to being a company driver, right? You had to start somewhere, and you had to get some sort of experience for most places to even let you lease a truck. Most places. Some places will let you lease a truck with no experience. It's a steep learning curve. It's a steep learning curve for me right now. So to me, it's like, if you're afraid to fail, you don't make no sense. Find you a lease program that works for you if that's what you want to do. Make sure that it's paying you on a percentage and not by the mile. I don't care what the recruiter tells you. Oh, you're going to get all the miles. I don't care what your friend told you. I don't care what your homie told you. Your brother, your sister, your dad. I don't care what they told you. Getting paid by the mile, you're getting screwed, and these companies know it. Okay? That's why they offer you to give it. That's why there's more companies that pay you by the mile than pay you by a percentage. So that's that right there. Now, if you're afraid you might be successful, and that one sounds kind of crazy. And that one makes more sense, right? And here's what I mean by being afraid that you are afraid that you will be successful. You're afraid that you'll pay off that truck, that you will be, you'll take to the independent contractor side like a fish to water, right? It's going to work with your personality. You can drive the way you want to, right? You work hard. You're going to reap the benefits of it. Everything's going to go good. But you're afraid. Like, some people are going to say, well, what can you be afraid of? How can you be afraid of being successful? What the hell is this dude talking about? Check it. You're afraid to be successful because if you are successful, that means that you have to leave behind. You got to leave people behind. You're afraid that you're going to turn into somebody and be alone because you are successful and your friends may not be. Your family may not be. Your significant other might not be able to deal with you being successful. They may not be on board with the decision. They may try to hinder you and hold you back at every turn, right? It happens. You may be afraid that if you are successful, that you will be alone. You'll be by yourself because no one else will be there to share in the success. Nobody is going to join you. You're just going to be by yourself because they don't want to be with you. You know, you're going to outgrow them. Your success will be, you'll grow out of the people around you. You'll grow out of the situations, the place you may move to a different zip code. You may drive a different car. Okay, you may deal with a different class of how can I say this? A female or male, whatever. You may, and you're afraid that being successful at this is going to mean that you have to leave behind everything. That I understand. You may. It's simple as that. That fear is understandable. That shouldn't stop you from being successful. Okay? Sometimes you have to leave behind. Sometimes you're done. You've learned what you can learn in the room that you're in, and it's time to go into a new room. Sometimes you got to go on down the road. Okay? The people that are in your life right now have served their purpose for you, and you have served your purpose for them. It's time to kick rocks. Okay? Anybody who is not about your happiness ain't about you. That doesn't matter who they are to you. If they're not about your happiness, they're not about you. If they don't want the best for you, then they don't want the best for you. As long as you want the best for you, that's really all that matters. And I found that when you embrace your happiness, when you embrace being the best person that you can be, you will be surrounded by a new group of people who want the best for you, who inspire you to be better, who are good for your soul. Those people it's almost like magic. It's like they show up, right? And the people that you meet, because you attract, it's almost like you attract what you're putting out. So if you're successful, you're confident, you're happy, you're going to be surrounded by confident, happy people, right? So don't be afraid to come out here and do this independent contractor thing. I know that, now listen, I know that was like, I know for a lot of people that may watch these videos, that was like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Somebody out there, I promise you that at least one subscriber, at least one, I'm willing to bet two, but I'll say at least one. I'll take the safe bet. I'll take the under, right? At least one subscriber. This video right here is talking to them. So for those of you who don't agree, don't understand, don't want to watch, that's cool. No harm, no foul. But this is going to reach that one person, and they may need to hear this right now. Anyway, with that being said, so you're going to attract that. You're going to attract those people that want to be in your life. Now, you may have to, like I said, you may have to leave behind those people who are not about your happiness, because they don't want to leave. They're comfortable where they are. And to that, I will say this. Growth is uncomfortable. I said it before. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth hurts. Okay? You are growing. Okay? You're growing, you're trying something new. And to try something new, you don't know what's going to happen. It's growth. Growth is uncomfortable. Okay? Growth is being in that box that you too big for. Okay? Growth is stretching out of those clothes. You need bigger ones. Okay? Growth is stepping out of that stifling relationship because that person don't want what's best for you. That person wants to hold you back in this same place that you have clearly outgrown, right? You would much rather, you don't want to be the big fish in a small pond no more, okay? You would rather be a big fish in an even bigger ocean. Some people are not going to think like that. They're not going to look at it like that. They're not going to see it like that. So if you're afraid of being successful, I get it. Growth hurts. Growth, you have to invite it in and let it happen. Okay, but it hurts. And you're going to take that jump, you're going to take that leap, and it's going to hurt. Okay? It is going to hurt. You're going to fall, you might fall on your face, you might scrape your knees, you might scrape some elbows, but scars heal. Okay? Scars will heal. You can get up from that. Okay? regret, once you regret something, it's too late, because that means that the time has passed. It's already passed. You know, the moment is gone. You can't get that back. It's over. There's no healing from regret. You just done. Are you just sad and upset that worked out that way? Whereas, right, you can just the scrapes and scars that you're gonna get from jumping into a new venture that you're not 100% sure how to do things, how things work, but you winging it. You get up from those, right? You get up from those. There's no out. There's no failure there, right? There's none. So like I said, for those who are afraid to fail, the same thing applies if you're afraid to be successful, right? You got to do it. You got to jump. You have to. Okay? That's the best way to get past the fear is to just do it. To just walk. Just walk, run, crawl. I don't care how you get here, but just get here, right? And when you rise up and when things start to get better, you can look back on the fear. You can look back on the hardship and say, well, damn, I made it past this. Cool. Yeah, and that's going to give you the confidence to keep going, because the situation is not going to get easier if you're trying to get better, right? You're trying to be a better you. You're trying to better your bank account. You're trying to better your family. You're trying to better something. Then it ain't going to be easy. It's not. It's easy to quit. It's easy. You can say, you know what? Quit. Right? Sometimes it's real hard to keep going. You got to keep fucking going. So yeah, I guess I'll leave that there, man. If this was too much for some people, I know it might be, man. I'm not gonna apologize, but you know, it is what it is. Somebody needed to hear this. I hope it reaches whoever it was that needed to hear it. So yeah, I'll holler at y'all.